In late 2022, we checked out this here. This is the PhotoFast 4K Gamer Plus, and what it promised to do was upscale your 1080p content to give you 4K output. If you want to check out our full review of it, I'll have it linked for you right up there. We actually really did like this. Now, a lot of people talked about why is that red when there's the black one. Well, the black one is actually a different model, and the team over at PhotoFast has sent us this one here. This is the 4K Gamer Pro, and it looks to take what the Gamer Plus does and turn things up a level. So this has 3 different levels of scaling and smoothing on it and everything, and looks to enhance our picture even more. Let's go ahead and see how this works. So here we have the box for the 4K Gamer Pro on the bench. You can see it's designed to enhance 1080p to 4K resolution. It is a 4K graphic processor for your game console. How it works: connects the HDMI to your console, connect a USB Type-C cable to a power supply, connect the HDMI cable to your TV, and then you do have 4 different levels of upscaling. Press once, you get a light blue LED, press twice, you get a darker blue, really dark blue, and then completely off, and that's a bypass on there. So it is designed to work with 4K TVs and 4K monitors, designed for the Switch and Switch OLED, PS4, Wii U, Chromecast, and Apple TV, and many other devices, I am sure. In the box, you're going to get the dongle itself, an extender, and a USB-A to USB-C type cables. So here you do have the adapter itself, and if you take a look at the red one, I mean, same. They're using the exact same molds here, which is fine. Now, the button here does push in on both of them. This pretty much you push on and off, and this will cycle through the 4 different levels, or 3 different levels, and then just pass through as well. Now, the reason why it has this extension cable in here is so that you basically will plug this into here, and then this will fit inside of a Nintendo Switch dock. This, in and of itself, will not fit inside of a Switch dock. It just won't. But if you're using a third-party dock, or using it with a Wii U, or a Chromecast, or an Apple TV, or something like that, you can bypass the extension here and just utilize this. Now, it does have your HDMI out here and USB-C input for power, so this does require its own separate power supply. Now, thankfully, they do include, looks like about a 6-foot-long USB-A to USB-C cable. All right, so we are switching things up and going to Yoshi's Crafted World. And just for some point of view here, too, I am using the original Nintendo Switch dock for this as well. So let's take a look at how this looks. I mean, I think this looks and sounds decent, but I mean, I'm not seeing a huge difference compared to 1080p. It's been a while since I've played this, but man, this is such a cute game. I don't know that there's anything about this game that I don't like, and it was actually, I want to say it was the first game that I beat in the year 2022. And I had played quite a bit of it, and it was one of those things. It's like I put my head down and I wanted to play it. I wanted to beat it. I wanted to see the ending to this. And I was not disappointed. I will say the music does get a bit repetitive in here, but still one of the best games on the Switch, quite honestly. And the beautiful thing, too, is, like, I had played the Yoshi's Woolly World, or is it Crafted World? Whichever one was on the Wii U, and loved that, and this was just more of the same. But, as I mentioned, like, it doesn't look bad. It does not look bad, but to me, I'm not seeing 4K here, or what I would perceive as, like, a 4K image. Now, I may find more, or, you know, realize that it looks more 4K when I do the edits and everything, but at least live in person, like, it looks great, but I'm not seeing a huge impact on the overall video quality here. All right, let's dive into some Super Mario Odyssey. I love this game so much. It's such a beautiful game. It's so much fun. And, I mean, even look, like, New Donk City, you've got the Junkman logo there. There's so much to love about this game. Now, I do apologize that you might hear a little bit of a fan running in the background. That is my computer simply running 4K capture. We have to up the output speed here on the computer to make sure that everything works smoothly. And there's another Power Moon down here. I don't remember if I've gotten this yet or not. Looks like I have. Now, here's the wonderful thing about this is the fact that, I mean, it looks great. It just does. And it's not doing anything harmful or negative to the overall gameplay experience that I'm experiencing. So even if it's not doing the most that I can see right now, I may see more of a difference when I actually get to the editing phase, which would not surprise me. Oh, what do we have here? Oh, I think I've been here before. Yep, because I've already grabbed those Power Moons, so. Rats. Up next, we switched over to the Wii U now, and this is NES Remix 2. We're going to play some Super Luigi Brothers, because this thing is... It's harder than it should be because of muscle memory. Like that. So basically the idea behind this is the entire game is backwards. Now, Luigi does have a little bit of a higher jump than Mario does, if I remember right. But you can see this is the first game, this first Super Mario Brothers, just mirrored. And it's a totally different challenge. It's the weirdest thing. Like, there's so much muscle memory here that I'm fighting. Let's take a look at Twilight Princess HD. Now, I played through most of this game on the Wii when it came out. I don't remember beating it, though. Yeah, this to me looks stunning. I mean, and part of it is coming from the Wii version looking at this. But man, this looks great. Now, I am using HUM HDMI 2.1 HDMI cables, so that's part of the thing you need to make sure that you do with something like this too, is you need a good quality HDMI cable. Now, granted, that's a cutscene; it's not, you know, gameplay, but still, it's pretty dang close to what the actual game looks like as you are playing. So I'm pretty happy overall with that quality. Now, one thing that I have found out with both this and the 4K Gamer Plus has been the fact that I can't go into my HDMI switcher box. Basically, that only allows 4K 60 hertz through, so this is a higher, I believe it'll do 120 output, and it does not like that signal. I have tried going out into the, using the output of that and going into things. Still doesn't like that either. Yeah, I will say this is gorgeous. I'm really impressed with how this looks now. It could be one of those things where, you know, older signals are more benefited by this versus, you know, the Switch or anything newer. You know, again, very responsive, pretty crisp. I'm pretty happy overall with the results that we're getting here. I've got to sit a little sideways here for this one just because of the length of the cable on my original Xbox controller. So we've got it hooked up to our Zadusa, hooked up to our original Xbox. We're going to try some IndyCar Series here real quick, just see how this looks. All right, let's see what we can do in qualifying here. This is an original Xbox game. Looks pretty good. Going to turn 3. A little bit of understeer there. Not too bad. They're out of 4. $233 miles an hour. Breathe the throttle going into 1, 222. Whoa! into the marbles we go. So what do I think of this overall? I mean, it is doing something, but I'm not seeing as much of a difference, quite honestly, as the 4K Gamer Plus. I mean, it does have those 4 different levels of fine-tuning, but quite honestly, I'm not seeing a whole lot of difference between the 3 different levels. You know, granted, you've got the bypass as well. I know that if you check out the guys at My Life in Gaming, they have done a very in-depth look at this with some, you know, comparisons to different TVs. And I think that's the biggest thing here is depending on your TV, your mileage may vary. So if you have a newer TV, it may handle a lot of what this is doing automatically for you, and you know, making this less necessary. For 228, nice lap. If you've got an older 4K TV, you may see more of a benefit with something like this than if you have I'd say a 2021 or a newer set. You know, obviously the more that you spend on your TV, the better results you're going to get. But overall, this is definitely doing something, but I think your mileage may vary a little bit here more compared to the 4K Gamer Plus, which I think made a more noticeable difference right away. At least those are my thoughts. It does seem to be compatible with a wider range of signals. Ooh, identical laptop. Awesome. So this does seem to be doing a great job overall. And our 4K capture card is doing a great job here too, now that I got everything dialed in as well. But overall, neat device. Don't know that it's worth the extra money, in my opinion, compared to the 4K Gamer Plus. The Pro definitely has its place, but man, that 4K Gamer Plus really delivers a lot for the money. So in the end, what do I think of the PhotoFast 4K Gamer Pro? Well, I can't look at this and not compare it to the 4K Gamer Plus. And part of that is the fact that when I looked at this one, for the cost, I was impressed. For what this does for the cost, not as impressed. I will honestly say that. It's still a good device, and I did still see some improvement. I will say while I was playing, I did not see the level of improvement that I did with this. Now, as I go through and I do my edits on this video, I may see something different, because part of what makes this and this work or not work, or special or not special, however you want to look at it, is the TV you're playing on. And I really have to shout out the guys over at My Life in Gaming. When you're done watching this video, if you're not going to go watch one of mine, watch their review of this, because they did a really good comparison with their current TV, which is a 2022 LG model, and looking at a different model, he didn't notice as much refinement and improvement on the newer TV as the older one. So some TVs may essentially have something like this already built into it that does a better job. This is a 2015 Samsung. It is a 4K TV. I didn't see a whole lot of difference through the 3 different modes like I did on the Pro, which was a bit surprising. Now, one thing I will say about this is that I do think actually both of these do a better job upscaling to 4K than what the M Classic does from their side. Now, this does some other things. It forces a 4:3 aspect ratio on some outputs depending on your switch position. This will do 1440p. It will do 4K, but I think it'll only do it on it's either 30 or 60 FPS in. So this is limited as far as what it can do. For the money, I will say what this has proven to me is that the PhotoFast 4K Gamer Plus, it's a hell of a value. This does a really, really good job. The Pro does a decent job as well, but I just don't know if that extra value is there for the cost associated with it. So if you do want to go ahead, one thing I really recommend, check out our review of the 4K Gamer Plus. It is a really good device for the money. I'll have that link for you right here.